my beautiful people. Welcome back to the channel. I'm excited to share with you guys. And it's going to be what pole classes should you take as a beginner. I'm going to break this down into 3 parts depending on what beginner level you're at. So whether you're a newbie, a complete pole version, whether you're a intermediate beginner, or whether you're an advanced beginner, okay? What classes you should take at what level. I'm also going to break down into another subsection of 4 parts of all classes I recommend at any level, okay? So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Alright guys, so we're gonna break this down. Part 1, have never seen a pole, you've never touched a pole, you are a virgin. You are a pole virgin. Mostly introduction based classes here at this level, okay? So I do not recommend any classes that are spin classes yet, okay, or any kind of trick level classes right now if you are at that level, okay? You really just want to work on building a nice foundation. The key for that foundation is learning the foundational skill set before building on the harder stuff, okay? So level 2 is if you're an intermediate beginner, okay? If you're at this level, this is where you've already taken your basic introduction classes, right? You've gotten the basic foundation, you know all your different grips, right? You know mostly how to climb. You've learned all the basic pole spins in your introduction classes, all the basic beginner stuff that builds the strength, right? The conditioning moves you need to be able to move on to harder tricks, right? You've got all that down. You're into a beginner or an intermediate beginner level. The classes I recommend here now are beginner static tricks, okay? So now you're working on learning tricks on the pole for the most part, just not on the floor. That have to do with climbing. You're now aerially. You're not inverting yet, okay? We're about to get there. But you are doing stuff on the pole now, so it is a little bit more intense. It does require a little bit more strength, right? And I also recommend here is where you want to start introducing now your basic inversion. So now here at this level, we're introducing how to invert. So what's inversion? That is basically going upside down, right? So right now I'm right side up. Inversion or inverted would be if I take my right side up body and literally turn it completely upside down. Level 3 is your advanced beginner. So if you're here, you're at level 3, you've already done your basic trick static on static. So what's static? Static is the pole's not spinning, right? You've already done your basic introduction to inversion. You've mostly got your inversion. What classes do I recommend at the advanced beginner stage? I would recommend start adding that level of spin element to it. So now you're introducing spin classes. You're getting used to spinning, right? And you're also introducing basic intermediate tricks now, okay? So you're working your skill set and your level up, your way up to level 2. And again, that spin element I add at the advanced beginner stage because it changes the game, okay? It's a whole nother level, adding that centripetal force along with that gravitational force pulling you down. It takes a whole nother level of strength. That's my 3 levels. So number 1, newbie / pole versions, right? Level 2, we have our intermediate beginner, and our level 3, we have our advanced beginner. What classes do I recommend at all levels? So it doesn't matter what level you're at. Maybe you don't know what level you're at. Any stage of the beginner, intermediate or advanced, here's what I recommend. Most important thing you can do is to take pole conditioning or strength training classes, okay? So if you're not actually taking pole conditioning classes, you need to be strength training, right? You need to be continuously working on building your strength, maintaining your strength, right? So you can continuously do the things that you want to do on the pole. Pole requires a lot of strength. Any of these aerial apparatuses and dance and all of that requires strength to be able to do this. So you have to maintain that level of fitness, that level of health, and that's either in class or outside the class, right? So you don't necessarily, if you want to save some money, you can work out at home. All right, there's plenty of resources, plenty of free resources. I have a lot of videos on my channel already. I'll probably link some somewhere in the corner of pole exercises you can do at home. And there's also a lot of other great YouTubers and polers out there that have great info and information for you, okay? 2, what the second classes I recommend for anyone, especially beginners, right, are going to be choreography-based classes, all right? So choreography-based classes are off the pole mostly, or sometimes if they are on the pole, they are not really heavily tricked based. Here, I really recommend for beginners because you want to start working early on, flow technique, right? And fluidity and movement, or movement fluidity, right? So that is making things flow, transitioning movements one into the other without them looking really choppy and robotic, right? That's practice. That's finding your own unique style, your own unique flavor. That's all going to come over time, so it's really important to start working on that, already when you're a beginner. 3rd is floor work, okay? Floor work. I'll include some videos, hopefully, somewhere, but this is technique literally off the floor. Also, exotica style classes is great. My 4th and final point, those all level classes, right? So classes that are designed and catered to all level pole students. So whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced, there should be modifications in the class catered to you at your level. You should be able to feel like you're included and be able to keep up in the class, or be able to perform something in the class. This is really great also to challenge yourself. That is it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.